Whereas Governor Tomlin proclaimed October 15th through October 19th, 2012 as Municipal Government Week in West Virginia and encourages all citizens to become more informed about their government. And whereas all incorporated cities, towns, and villages in West Virginia provide services to their citizens. And whereas citizens of cities, towns, and villages may not be totally aware of those services and who is responsible for seeing they are effectively provided. And whereas municipal officials desire to inform their citizens and to make them more aware of the investment made on their behalf. And whereas municipal officials are planning various events to better inform citizens during Municipal Government Week. And whereas one of the highest priorities is to educate in the Mountain State as to what municipal government is and the positive impact it has on their citizens. And whereas the West Virginia Municipal League will assist in educating citizens and installing positive perception of government, particularly at the municipal level. And therefore, I, Jim Manella, Mayor of the City of Morgantown, do hereby proclaim the week of October 15th through the 19th, 2012 as Municipal Government Week. Further, I encourage Woodburn Elementary students to write letters to the City of Morgantown entitled, "If I Were Mayor, I Would," to share their thoughts about municipal government. And we have letters that were...
yes, and then we can start with Councilor Bane.
Maybe you can explain what
yes,
they did.
this week, our partners in education, Woodburn Elementary, I called over and asked the principal if the students would write letters. We got letters like maybe 200, but we went through them and we got 3 from each class. So we're going to read them, kindergarten to 5th grade. If I Were Mayor. If anybody wants to look at them, they're in the lobby, or you can go on our website and read all of them. But these students wrote these, "If I Were Mayor," and so we're going to read them this evening on their behalf. And thank you for listening.
Okay. This is from Mrs. Redmond's kindergarten class. "If I were mayor, I would." And this is from Brenna Groth. "I would go anywhere in the mall."
All right.
This is, there you go. Yeah, 6. Ellie Roche. "I would give out money." I like her. Okay. Lucy Lambert. "I would change bad words into good words." There we go. Waylon, oh boy, Colestra. Wayland, I love that name, Wayland. Like Waylon Jennings.
Yeah.
"I would help people read." That's a good one. And Josie Johnson. "I would cook for everyone." I want these kids over at mine. All right, those are mine.
Well, you have a good crop, and I have an equally good crop. I have Gage, who was a 1st grader. "I would help teach students about the world." So he's already thinking globally.
There we go.
Genevieve, also a 1st grader, writes, "If I were a mayor of Morgantown, I would build a new playground. I would help the people." And Michael, a 1st grader, "If I were mayor of Morgantown, I would let everybody be happy, but not mad." Words of
There we go.
So this is 2nd grade. This is Keeley. "If I were the mayor of Morgantown, I would fix Morgantown. I would get helpers." Smart. Can't do it all yourself. Jackson says, "If I were the mayor of Morgantown, I would provide things for people such as food and homes and shelter. The shelter would be for kids who did not have homes, so they could survive." And then there's nice little drawings about deliver the food, build a house, make a shelter. And then someone saying, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." Does everyone just say yes, sir all the time too? But here's Riley. "If I were the mayor of Morgantown, I would send the army out to help the people to get back to Morgantown." There we go.
Oh, gosh. I have 3rd grade. If I were the mayor of Morgantown, I would make it so every person would feel good about themselves and make it so we would have nice manners and be kind to each other. I would make it so we all had permission to have pets in any house, even when you rent a house. Sincerely, Giovanna. Next one is from Alexis, and it says, if I were mayor, I would make sure the city is safe. I would also make good decisions. And she drew a picture of herself as mayor, very colorful. It says Alexis the mayor. And the last one is, if I were the mayor of Morgantown, I would make sure nobody litters and treat others the way you want to be treated. And that is, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Ahia, and he or she, I'm sorry, has a picture of themselves covered with litter. So the city would be litter-free. Thank you.
Thanks.
I have the 5th grade, Mrs. Morrison's class, and the first one is from Summer Bebo. If I were mayor, I would take all of the people's complaints and fix them as soon as possible. Then I would make sure there are no problems with stoplights and streetlights to make sure it's safe for drivers that drive at day and night. Very well printed, very big printed. Next one is from Daimler Onder, O-N-D-E-R. If I were mayor, I would see if everyone is treated right and not bullied. I would go to every school for a couple of days and see if everyone is being kind. If people were not doing the right thing, I would have a talk with them. And then this is Claire Chipinda. If I were mayor, I would prevent animal cruelty in Morgantown, West Virginia, and give citizens a better, safer, and cleaner place to live their lives. Very well said.
And I have the Mrs. Dooley's 4th grade class. This one's from Kylie. If I were mayor, here are some facts. It is the second thing from a president, pretty much. It is the duty of standing guard of the town. Also, take time to get bills out of people for the president. So if I would be mayor, I would give all the little kids some candy and build a couple of parks. I would make homes for people, and then it says at the end, I would not like to be mayor. And this one is from Liliana. If I were mayor, I would stop littering and cutting down trees. I would tell people to plant trees and beautiful flowers to help the environment. I would tell people to be helpful to everyone. I would tell people if someone was ever mean to you, don't be mean back. I would try to make sure Morgantown didn't have any problems. That's what I would do if I were mayor. You taking note there, Mr. Mayor?
A lot of them.
Okay, and this one's from Savannah. If I were mayor, I would make prices in stores lower. We shouldn't have to pay like $20 or $30. It should be like $15 or lower. When parents have bills to pay, sometimes they have to pay a lot of money. Sometimes it costs like $40. Sometimes they can't pay it.
Thank you. And you say there's others that...
Yes, there's others. If you want to read them, they're down in the lobby, or you can go on our website and read them there too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Lot of good pointers. Making the money, I think, is...
I think my kindergartners got it all,
Yeah.
man.
Yep. Is there any other correspondence?